Hello friends. Now let us take up PFG 6. Actually, I want to give this program as an assignment to you. Actually, too much spoon feeding and too much over provision is very dangerous. That's why here in our programming domain, whatever you learn, you should not believe them just like that. Test to trust. Without testing, you should not trust that you learned and all that. Here, learning is not enough. Mastering. It is like a car driving. If I ask you one question, do you know car driving means? There are only two answers. One of the two answers. One is, I know car driving, I do not know car driving. Is there any via media answer? No. If nobody is there on the road, I will drive. Otherwise, in my backyard or playground, I can drive and all that. These are not the appropriate answers. Those are foolish answers. So, the same analogy is 100% applicable for programming. In case of programming, I know programming, I do not know programming. If you know programming and all that, you must be in a position to write programs. That's why I'm telling you, whatever you learn, don't relax. Immediately after that, you test your knowledge. Testing simple. Nobody can test your knowledge. Nobody can open up your brain and see. That's why you take up a simple problem or similar problem and then you write the code and test it. Self-appraisal. Self-appraisal is the best appraisal. Because if anybody appraises and all that, there may be some bias. But here, no such bias is there. You yourself is the judge. So that point you have to keep in mind. And every time, not only this, just this is the beginning, but every time you test your knowledge, test to trust. Okay, now we have to prepare weekly temperature report. In the weekly temperature report, not only 7 days temperature, we have to give the total temperature and average temperature. This is the thing, this is the format. This what I feel is good format. If you can format it otherwise vertically or somewhere, you can do that. I don't discourage. But one thing, whatever you develop alternatively should be better than this. Understand? Okay. And one more point I have to tell you. What is that? Actually certain data items are there. You have to understand their nature and which type you have to choose. You have to make out. Actually, one example I tell you, age is there. Age actually, except one day in the year, every time it is a fractional value. A fractional value. If I ask your age exactly, then 20 years, 10 days. 21 years, 220 days. Like that it will be there. But on your birthday only, it is a whole number. That's why it should be float. But as a matter of practice, it always age means we have to treat it as a integer type data, integer type. But in any specific case, particular age, that means days, years, months, days also are counted, then you must declare it as a float. Okay. In the same way, certain things are there. Actually, price and all that, definitely some paise will be there and all. Then you have to declare it as a float only. But there also some variation is there. What is that? If you are dealing with gold prices and all that, don't care for pi. Don't care for paise. And your salary statement and all that, don't care for paise. But if you have provision shop and all that, he never leaves you without paying paise. So, depending on the context, there are no hard and fast rules for this. Which data type I have to choose and all that. It's a matter of common sense. And here, temperature, daily temperature. If you take and all that, temperature should not be whole number. Suppose in the city, actually around 33 will be there. So some points difference will come within a week. So if you don't consider those points, what happen? Throughout the week 33, 33, 33 and all that. So that is not that. That's why for daily temperatures, you take the data type as a float. That means you take care of fractional type or fractional part also. That point you have to understand. And one more thing, every time. I think it may be boring to you, but one thing, temperature means normal temperatures you give. In India, it is maximum 50, 45, 50. But without having focus on that, just like that 60, 70 and all that, don't give. Because of that, every time I'm telling you, simply seeing your program, everything is correct. It is generating result in a good format, but you have given temperatures 60, 70, etc. and all that. Then automatically you are undermined, you are degraded, you are treated as a common sense less person. Understand? So that's why be careful, because I have seen many students. That's why every time I am drawing your attention toward that. Whenever you are giving input values and all that, you should be very careful. Suppose one example I tell you. You are dealing with gold prices price list. Then gold prices actually they are drastically changed. 2 years back it was 25 gram 3000, 2500 to 3000. Now it went up to 5000 also. But one thing, from reasonable figure you take, you should not take it as 1000 rupees or 1500 rupees. Okay, like that. Suppose stock exchange, next program is that stock exchange Sensex report you have to prepare. Then what you do? What are the current? Now it is around 50,000. So the current prices, current Sensex index you see, according to that only you give. So of course next year it may be changed. Don't worry about that. But one thing, whenever you are doing, there you focus on the domain. What are the reasonable values and all that you give. Okay. So why I'm telling you, you should not be, after doing everything, you should not be derogated in the view of others. Your program documents your stature. That point you have to understand. Okay. Now in this nothing is new. Only one thing, input function, you write. Here, what we have to do? This is a float that you have to make out, and that is a new point. Thereafter, this Sunday, Monday, and all that, you need not read the like names of the paper, subject papers. You need not, just you put the label. That is enough. Just you put the label. You need not make the input. When you are giving and all that Sunday, Monday, and full names, if you give, formation is very difficult. That's why people can understand. 3 letters only use. That too in capitals. Okay. Thereafter, perfect formation like this. How you can do that? Simply our tool horizontal tab is there. Using horizontal tab, you do that. You do that. Thereafter, total temperature, you know that all the 7 temperatures you have to add, and total temperature you get. In such case, one under names. Actually, how you give names, Now, sun. This capital letter use. No problem. Sun temperature. Like this you give. There are no hard and fast rules. But only thing is, if you use a lowercase, it looks differently. So you could use uppercase. All 3 uppercase letters use, nothing wrong. Because it improves readability. Sun temperature, month temperature, wet temperature, true temperature, wet temperature, like that you write. And when you have to total that, totally how many elements will come? 8 elements will come. 7 days temperature plus this thing. So it does not fit in a single line. So break it. Now you do that, but it does not fit in the line. Here plus is there. Here only dissect it and press enter key and start the rest of the thing from here. But don't manage it. And once you enter the press the enter key, it comes here. That you follow. Okay. And now thereafter total temperature you get, thereafter average temperature you will get, average temperature and all that. If you want the fractional part, you do this thing, always use this. If you use this one, what happen? The fractional part is ignored. Actually, as far as daily temperatures are concerned, we are taking into consideration a fractional part also. That's why use this symbol, single slash, not double slash. So I think everything one thing, you may face some issues and all that, and you sincerely try to resolve it. If you resolve it, okay. Otherwise, write to me. I respond to that.